Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Richard, and I wanted to talk about the gaming community in a whole. Now, this is a very difficult topic to talk about because of how diverse and how different the gaming community really is. And that's what I love so much about it, is that the gaming community is not just one thing that, a lot of other things. Like when you go into some of the other communities, like sports fans, you're kind of a little bit limited a little more. Now, don't get me wrong, there are many sports, and a lot of people can really be into that kind of thing, but gaming just seems so much more out there. And when you're into gaming, you can be into so many different kind of things. You could be a Call of Duty player that plays Minecraft, or you could be a Terraria player that plays Halo. I'm just kind of throwing some games out right now, but it shows so much that the gaming community isn't just one thing. And that's what I really like about it, is that there's so much presence in the community of different people and different styles and different tastes that people have with this. And YouTube has completely exploded the gaming community everywhere. I think that if it wasn't for YouTube, that gaming could possibly still be known as kind of a little bit more on the nerdy side. Because there was a time where if you played video games, you were nerdy and everything. And there are people who are considered in the popular crowd that play video games just as much as everybody else does. Now, we might get into it a little bit more, but for instance, for me, on YouTube, I didn't watch my first commentary until Halo Reach came out, and that was the Halo Reach beta. It was a CNanners video. It was his first impressions, and it was my first ever commentary that I had ever seen on YouTube. And ever since then, I started really getting into YouTube. I mean, getting into the gaming community got me into YouTube as well. I mean, that's when I really started looking at, okay, now I'll subscribe to these guys so I can watch their videos. And it introduces a lot, and that's what I really like about gaming, is that it introduces things to people, and it is actually a community. There are people who you can get online and meet, and live in California and live a kid, or you can meet a kid in Ohio, and you guys could become really good friends and really get to know each other really well. And like I have a friend who completely lives on the other side of the country from me, that we play Xbox every day with our little group of people, and we have a really great time. And I wouldn't ever be able to do that if I didn't get into gaming like I did. Now, this is talking about friends and everything. You can still make friends just, in real life and everything. But it gives you so much more of a diverse concept to it, where instead of having people that are near you, so they're most likely, you're used to the kind of things that you would talk about, you get to experience other people in the way they live in their area. I had a lot of friends from England, and just a lot of different people from the UK, and it changes a lot. And my experience with gaming has only been positive. If I ever got away from gaming, eventually I always came back, because it's always so enforcing with me. And gaming now is so much different than it was a couple years ago. Now there are so many different games, and I think that games can really help with stuff like IQs and everything like that. Like, there are games that are being built that are specifically made to test your brain, like Portal. Portal is a perfect example. There are little puzzles that you have to figure out. There's another game that I'm trying to think of that I can't think of off the top of my head. I know there's another game by Valve, the Portal team, Quantum Conundrum. I hope I'm getting that right. But gaming has just taken such a large step, and I really, really enjoy that. I really enjoy that something that is so awesome and so different in the community, because gaming, there's so much different things within gaming. Like, if you were to go and play Minecraft and then you go watch someone play Skyrim, there's so many different genres and so many different styles to appeal to people. So, maybe if you're not into the whole shoot 'em up kind of a thing, maybe you want to stay away from Call of Duty. But if you like kind of challenging yourself and kind of thinking outside this kind of more of a thinking kind of a concept, then again, Portal would be a very good game for you. And this kind of a thing just goes out everywhere, all over the internet. And like I said earlier, YouTube has really helped explode this beyond what I think it could have ever been, which is an amazing thing. And I think that sometimes gamers kind of get a bad rap, like they're nerds and everything. Well, if that's the kind of rap we're going to get, then by all means, I will completely back that up, because if that's what being a nerd is, I would be a nerd, hands down, because gamers are 10 times more open. Now, you do get the couple of guys on the internet and on Xbox Live, PSN, all that different kind of stuff that are just complete jerks and everything. And most of the time, those aren't real gamers. When I'm talking about gamers, I'm talking about the guys who get on forums and they involve themselves in the community, and they come out and they say, I want to be part of this and I want to learn everything that I can from this kind of community. Because someone who just gets into gaming, they kind of won't understand how much that if you just kind of play games casually and everything, you barely scratch the surface of what gaming can get into. There are tournaments, there are events, there are, E3 is a perfect example of how big gaming has gotten. I mean, just with the new consoles that have been coming out recently, everybody is getting so hype about those things. And there are people that maybe don't play games so often or everything, but they're still getting excited for it because maybe they play games a lot, but they're not so much into the community. But it's still, gaming is still going to be a part of a lot of people's lives, and that's what I really like. I want gaming to be mainstream. I want gaming to be something that everybody does and something that is not looked down upon, because they're, especially within schools and within things that kids do. I want everything for gaming to explode and for it to just be everywhere, and for people to not look at gaming as a bad thing and to look at it as positive stuff that can really help with a lot of different people, which it can if it's given the opportunity. But I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thanks, guys. Bye.